Okay guys, so today's topic is a little bit sensitive. I will be talking about how to manage heavy periods. It's a sensitive topic, especially to me because I am actually sharing the things that I do for myself, how I manage my heavy flows, okay? And this is actually a trick that apparently a lot of women use. A lot of people know about it, but some of them have heard of it but just don't really go about it because they're skeptical or they're scared. Whatever it is, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it, okay? So before I get started, I first wanna thank you guys for leaving a comment on my previous video. I really appreciate it, guys. It means a lot. I did actually end up going with the dress. I will post a picture of my dress sometime during the video. So anyways, I do want to apologize for my rusty voice, guys. I apologize. So anyways, I don't know what's going on with me. Let's just say I have a sore throat. What else can it be, right? I have a sore throat. It is what it is. So anyways, a couple of days ago, I woke up. I went to wake my son up, you know, just to get him ready for school and stuff like that. I walk in and then I call him out, and then I kind of, you know, froze for a second, and then he looks at me, and then he's looking at me and, you know, like trying to analyze the situation, like, Mom, what's wrong with your voice? And like I got scared, like I got scared of myself because, guys, I sounded like a man, like literally I sounded like a man. I have never in my life sounded like that before. It was actually a scary situation, but anyways, I knew I had it under control. So anyways, that was that. All right, so a little story time. Back when I was probably 18 or 19, I had to go to the doctor because I was experiencing a lot of cramping and heavy periods. And, you know, I've always actually experienced that since I started to menstruate. And like I didn't really care so much at that time when I was younger, but at one point when I was between 18 to 19, I realized that I needed to do something about it. I never really mentioned it to the doctor, but it seemed like it got much worse as I got older. So anyways, I went to see the doctor, and the doctor ended up doing an ultrasound, and it happened that he diagnosed me with fibroids, okay? For those of you who don't know what fibroids are, so they're pretty much tumors that grow around your uterus lining, okay? So I had those. They're very small, but they were affecting my menses. So my menses weren't really, like, they didn't last for many days or anything like that, but they were just super heavy, and I had a lot of cramping. So the doctor decided to prescribe birth control, and in my head I'm like thinking, this is happening so fast. Like, he tells me I have fibroids, and at that time I didn't really know what fibroids were. I was like freaking out. I'm like, what does it mean for me? Like, am I dying? Like, what's going on? So anyways, he finally explained it to me. I went home, I did my research, and I learned about fibroids. The birth control that he gave me, I went right away to the pharmacy. I picked it up. I took my first pill probably a few days after, and then I took my second pill, and something just told me, you know, just do your research before you keep taking these things. So I did my research, and I just said, there is no way that I was going to continue to take birth control, okay? That was my conclusion, and that was the last of it. I had never taken any more birth control. It was just like a matter of, you know what, it is what it is. I'm gonna keep on taking pain medications to help manage my pain, use heating pads, and, you know, exercise as much as possible, drink my fluids, rest as much as possible. I was doing all of that, all right? So anyways, when time went on, I got pregnant, because right before I got pregnant, so my fibers weren't really that big, but when I got pregnant, they got super big, okay? They got super big, and they actually got super painful, and I actually had a little bit of just really small complications here and there during my pregnancy, but the heavy menses did not stop after I had my kids. So I continued to have heavy periods. And then one day I just decided to talk to my sister, and she was telling me about Diva Cup. I'm like, what? Diva Cup? I've never heard of it. What is it? And then she told me what it was, and then she was telling me how her friend uses it. And in my head, I'm like, okay, let me look into it. So I did look into it, and let me tell you guys, menstrual cups, that's what they are. They're menstrual cups. It saved me. Game changer, guys, game changer, hands down. Okay. I asked one of my friends if she knew what Diva cups were, or menstrual cups, and so she's like, no, she didn't know what they were. I said, okay. Anyways, let me look into it. This is how the menstrual cups look like. Okay, they probably look a little bit intimidating because they do have to go in your vagina. I don't know if you guys have used tampons before. I have, not for a very long time, because I found them super uncomfortable. I just didn't really like it. And so I, for the longest time, just used pads, regular pads. But guys, I probably wore the largest and the thickest pads out there in the market, guys. Like the ones with the wings, you know, those ones, and you know, the long overnight 12 hours. Guys, that was me, okay? Yes, not anymore. That's my past, so don't judge me, all right? You have no right, because I had to deal with it. So anyways, guys, so that was my experience with pads. I had to change them at least every 3 to 4 hours, and guys, it was just horrible. And let me tell you, I would go to work, and even if I change within 3 or 4 hours, I would still end up having accidents, you know. And this is me at work, this is me at an event, and like, it just didn't care. I just still happen to still have little accidents here and there. So I was always uncomfortable when I went out, and guys, it wasn't fun. And let me tell you, I just made this transition as of like last year, probably late last year. And yeah, so I have to say, guys, it has been a life-changing experience. So these are the things that you have to do before you purchase a menstrual cup, okay? You actually want to do your research before you go ahead and buy your menstrual cup. This is a mistake that I made, because first, they tell you that you can keep these things in for up to 12 hours. For me, it was a no way this will stay in for 12 hours straight. It's more like it needed to be empty every 3 to 4 hours, okay? So that's how bad it is for me. I'm not sure about you, but this is not only a trick for people that have heavy periods, it's also for anybody that does have regular periods, okay? So now going back, one of the biggest mistakes that I did was I didn't do enough research in terms of picking the right size. I didn't really understand how sizing worked. I am not an expert with picking the right size of these cups, but I will put a link below of YouTuber or a YouTube channel where they actually teach you, they give a lot of tips on how to use menstrual cups properly, okay? I was super excited to order these things. I mean, once I went on YouTube, once I went online searching, I literally found a whole bunch of people reviewing on them, and I said, okay, let me give it a try. So I went online on Amazon and I searched Diva Cup, and it came up and all, and now it was the time to pick the size. they had a small or a large. Okay, so now I'm thinking, okay, I'm a big girl, I should be able to take a large. So I ordered a large, and it came. Guys, the hustle, the struggle is real. The first time I put this on, guys, I'm like, what the, what? This is intimidating. It has to go in there. Like, guys, I had to, yeah. Anyways, that part in the beginning, it's really not a whole lot of fun, but you do get a hang of it, okay? It becomes much easier, as you keep on using it on a regular basis during your period. Okay, because I ordered the large size, I just assumed that it was the right size for me, guys. The first time that I used this, well, actually before I used this, it does tell you that you have to sterilize it. After I sterilized it, I tried to follow the instructions of how to put it in. I watched videos of, on how to put it in and stuff like that. And it really wasn't fun. It was a struggle. So I ended up leaking, okay? The good thing was that I actually ended up wearing a pad. I had on a pad because I just had the feeling that it wasn't gonna work out for me, okay? So that was my first cycle using these. I said, okay, the first time didn't really work out and it wasn't that comfortable. And so I decided to order a smaller one. I ordered a smaller one, and guys, like, I don't know, I feel like if anything, usually they say that depending on the manufacturer or the brand, if you're less than 30 and you have not had any kids, they recommend that you get a small size. But then if you're over 30 or if you've had kids full term, then you should be wearing a large, okay? That did not work for me. I have 2 kids, and the large, it did not work for me at all, guys. It's so uncomfortable. It was really, really uncomfortable. So I went back to the small, okay? So I tried the small, same thing. I sterilized it, and then I put it on. I still had to put on my pad just for, extra protection, because this was new to me, right? It was new to me, so I really couldn't trust it right away. So the first month went on, second month went on, and third month went on. I normally empty my cups every 3 to 4 hours, but let me tell you guys, I still tend to have small accidents. You know that whole feeling when you are sitting down, okay? You're sitting down and you're on your period, and then you stand up and then you just go poof, and you literally just freeze and you don't want to move. It does not happen with this thing. You don't feel that, guys. And for me, that's magic, because that whole feeling, it was the worst feeling ever. The worst feeling ever, guys. I don't know about you, but I didn't feel safe even with the largest pad in the market. Like, that sometimes didn't really do enough for me. So with this, you literally don't feel, like, you don't feel it. You don't feel that gush feeling, and for me, that is a 10 out of 10, okay? So this is what I usually do though, because that's just me. I want to feel comfortable. I want to, feel free. So I empty my cups. I empty my cup every 3 to 4 hours, because usually the average person, as per some of the research that I did, is that they only put out about 25 to 30 mLs of blood, okay? That's not my case. That's not my case, guys. I don't know about you, but that's not my case. If I empty this at least 3 to 4 times, or every 3 to 4 hours, then I put out much more than that, which is, it sucks, but I have fibroids, and the doctor's aware of it, and so this it will not stay in for 12 hours straight. No, because I do tend to have super heavy menses, I actually have my backups. Okay, these are my backup. I'm sorry guys, don't judge me, but anyways, these are new. Actually, I have my old ones. I had to buy new ones just to be able to show it to you. I have not worn them yet. Excuse me. So these are menstrual underwear. Okay, first I put this in the Diva cup, and then I put on a liner. Okay, and then I have my bulletproof, waterproof, leak-proof underwear. Okay, I got these from Amazon, like I said, and I think these are fantastic, guys. If you have trust issues like me, these are the ones to go for. I'll put the link below. How do you use one of these things? How do you use this thing right here that looks intimidating, that looks scary, and it has like a tail? Okay, you actually want to get this folded in a way that it could smoothly enter your vagina. Okay, get the tip, all right, and kind of press it down like that, and then fold it in. All right, look like this, and you scoop it up, scoop it up, scoop it up. Okay, not like that, but scoop it up. Some people just make a fold. Okay, so just fold it into two like that. Okay, and there you have it. And then you scoop it up, scoop it up, scoop it up. Now that you know that you need to have this folded in a way that needs to be scooped in, positioning. Now you need to know how to position yourself. There are several ways of positioning yourself, and as time goes on, you're probably gonna find out what works best for you. Okay, so here's position number one. Are you ready? Here we go. Position number one. You have your cup folded in. All right, you pick up your leg and try to relax your abdominal muscle. Okay, just relax, and you can go ahead and scoop it in. You have your cup folded in. All right, so you're sitting down. Make sure that your abdominal muscle is relaxed. Okay, so just relax, and you have your legs wide open. Try to relax, and then you can bring your back, try to stick it back a little bit. Okay, and relax, and then you scoop it in, scoop it in. You have this folded in, and you can always just kind of squat down, try to relax, and you scoop it in, you scoop it in. Once you have this in, you have to make sure that it's sitting in the right place. Okay, so you will actually hear a pop first of all, because as you put this in, okay, so it goes in like that, and then once it gets in, it creates a suction. Okay, so for example, this is the vagina, right? So you have it folded in. Okay, so you have it folded in. You will go ahead and put it in. Okay, so as you push it in, it will expand like that. Okay, so it's gonna open up and collect the blood, as of course it should, as long as it fits right, and as long as it's sitting in the right place. All right, so that's why you also need to pay attention to the size. You want to make sure that it's not too big, because if it is too big for you, then you won't be comfortable. Like that was my situation. It was too big. I ended up getting a small, which is exactly what I need. All right, so maybe the first time you want to buy both, try a small and a large and see what works for you. I know with the whole money situation, I mean, it's an investment for your body, because at the end of the day, you're not buying all of these pads like anymore. Like, I just use liners now when I am on my period, okay? And I don't even, a lot of times I don't even have to change it, like maybe, you know, just a couple of times a day, okay? So that's that. So this is how it's gonna sit in your vagina, okay? So like right up there, okay? So once this thing is full, you will actually get that sense that you need to drain it, you need to empty it out. That's why, guys, backup is important. The first few times, wear your pad if you have to. A lot of people don't actually wear anything at all, but like I said, this video is meant for people that do have heavy periods like me, right? So I have trust issues. So if you're the type of person that just has regular period, you probably won't even need a liner. That's just my thing, okay? So you will get that urge that it needs to be emptied out. So once you get that urge, of course, you go to the washroom, you wash your hands, and this is how it's gonna look like, okay? So like almost like this on the inside, all right? So you're gonna have that little tip kind of sticking out a little bit. It will be inside of your vagina, but because if it sticks out, you know, if it's too long, then it could actually be irritating to your surrounding skin. So you might actually have to go, you know, go fish it a little bit. So once you find the tip, you hold. So when it comes to taking it out, try to be super gentle. Don't yank it out, because if you do, yeah, it's gonna be a hot mess for you. So you hold it by the tip. You pretty much have to fish it a little bit. Go in there, fish it out, gently take it out. And I usually do this sitting down in the toilet, okay? So, because when you're sitting down, I mean, once it comes out, all you have to do is just to pour it in the toilet, right? So that's what I usually do. So once I pour it in the toilet, I mean, I work from home, it's been convenient, and my sink, it's like just right there. Once I pour it in the toilet, then I wash it right away, okay? I wash it right away, but I also have my second one ready to be inserted, okay? So I usually, throughout my messes, I use 2 of them, okay? I just feel like it makes sense. So once I take this one out, I have the other one ready to be used, and you know, vice versa. All right, so right after I take out my used cup, I usually have my container, my soap, ready to have it washed. So this is the soap that I use, and this is my designated container that I use to wash my cups. So I put in the soap, put in my cup, okay? I let it chill for like a few seconds, and then I go ahead and, you know, wash it. Just dry it up. You can just put it back in the bag, and you're good to go. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment. Also, let me know if you do use the cup. Like, let me know your experience, guys. Share the video with anyone that you feel like will benefit from this. I feel like all women should be wearing this, guys. Like, you save tons of money. You don't have to be spending so much money on pads. Like, this is the way to go, okay? So share the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. See you guys next week. Bye.